So really, we're describing 4 steps in the marketing matrix or the sales marketing funnel. Number 1, awareness. Number 2, consideration. The other one then is conversion or sale. And then the last one,
Decision.
which is it's decision. That's the third one. And then the fourth one is advocacy, isn't it, really? So,
yeah.
So, which is where they become advocates for your business because you produce such a great result for them. Maybe let's have a quick snapshot of maybe the types of content that would sit in those various stages as a bit of a summary. So let's look at the types of content that you need at every stage, those 4 stages in the sales funnel. So number 1, awareness. What sort of content would you put in there generally?
Yeah, so the sorts of stuff that would go in there, I was actually just going to pull up a visual. The sorts of stuff.
See, sometimes it could be like 21 ways to grow your business. Could be like an ebook at the top of the funnel. Yeah.
So the sorts of stuff that we're thinking about is content, it's campaigns, it's ebooks and white papers. Mm-hmm. It is you're going to go to an event or a trade show and you're promoting that across your different channels. Maybe you're doing a press release about a customer that you won or a problem that you solved. You're out there in your social media or you're taking part in webinars, those sorts of things. They're all top of funnel. People have never heard of you before, but they might bump into you when they're looking to try and solve that problem or they're trying to search around it. So those sorts of things are how-tos, how to avoid causing this problem, how to solve this problem, how to successfully implement these sorts of tools, best practices for rolling out these sorts of things. They're great bits of content for that awareness stage, or the sort of the what you need to know about types of content. So you think about it in that way, it's the how-to or the best practices or the how, and you can share that in those sorts of ebooks and white papers for downloads, so that those initial form fillers. Mm-hmm. The getting to an event or a trade show and being seen on stage, or you're bumping into people, well, virtually these days, but you go and you provide a virtual booth and there's a reason for people to download the piece of content that you've got available. Those sorts of things, the top of the funnel. Next up would be the consideration. So building a long-term strategy with a platform like this, right? So the easiest way to switch to these types of things, the most cost-effective way to migrate from spreadsheet to CRM, for example, the most effective way to onboard team members to these types of platforms if you're buying a new innovative technology. Those are the sorts of things that we see working really well in that sort of consideration interest stage. Mm-hmm. And then when you get to the decision stage, of course, this is a hot lead for the sales team, right? So you've got people who are contacting you. They've signed up. They want to see a demo. They want to see a proof of concept. Mm-hmm. They want to see a proposal or a case study or something like that. And so the content you're really going to need there are your sales basics, the consistent sales deck that you can use and you can evolve. It's a one-page summary. Somebody says, send me your one-pager. You have to have that ready to go. And a lot of smaller businesses don't really think about that, and they're like, I don't have it available. A template. So if you've got a software or a process that actually you're going to walk people through, why would you not have a template for that? So a project plan template. We are here. We're going to go along this path together, and we're going to get there. Brilliant to be able to pull up a visual.
Would that be a framework?
In itself, yeah, a template or a framework to be able to walk people through. Very much like we have the review, refine, roll out, replace. We can talk with people and say, well, here's where we are, here's where we're going to start, here's the things that we're going to look at together, here's the information that we're going to need in order to be able to look at that, here's the collaboration that we'll do, and so on. And so if you're creating content to try and fill that part of your funnel, then creating a framework or a template like that can work really well. Lots more examples like that. So, cost revenue modeling exercises, ROI calculators, those sorts of things. And then in the advocacy, once you've got somebody up and running and you've done some consultation with them after they're starting to see results, then you can start interviewing them. You can start breaking down the results into case studies visually. You can start getting them to speak with you at events. You can start getting them to contribute to written content that you're doing, those sorts of things.